of universities, you're all in a good place, no, when it comes to digital. I mean, when you're conducting classes, I mean, I hope you're all in a good place, no, especially given the new normal of education. So today, again, thank you for coming, no, and indulging us to present to you our invitation for your involvement in the Innovation Challenge. So let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. So let me get into this. Yeah. All right. So last time, okay, for some of us, no. So for some of us, we're already familiar with what's about to happen this coming end of November. Okay, this the third week and the fourth week of November with the initial orientation with the Financial Inclusion Lab. But today, our agenda is to share with you our final program details and invitation for your participation in in our activity. So for those who are new here, okay, welcome to our Field Dev Labs meeting. Okay, so I believe that there are some of us here who are new in knowing what this is all about, what's this challenge all about, and what Field Dev Labs is all about. So let me now. Sige, there are more coming in. All right. So today, what I'll be presenting, is before we proceed on our next steps in this challenge, let us allow us to present to you the concept of the innovation challenge entitled Financing the Future. Okay, so our innovation challenge for financial inclusion. Okay, so what is the innovation challenge? We've started to do this, okay, so as an event, as a program under PhilDev Labs. So PhilDev, as you all know, we have multiple programs. Of course, for some of us, or most of us here, have worked with PhilDev in terms of incubation management programs, visiting professors, and all the other capacity building for the past 7 or more years. But we've opened this PhilDev Labs so that we can actually reflect on how can PhilDev further support the universities in terms of strengthening the production of more startup champions, more startup ideas, that will be implemented in the real world setting. Because right now, in our case, we've been in our own way in our incubators. We might have already been incubating a lot of student innovations, a lot of startups already. But in PhilDev, we want to extend further our support to you by creating pipelines for to enable the development of such startups. Kumaga before we're mostly building capacity, but right now we want to strengthen further on through the innovation challenges, the more of these ideas being commercialized there. So last time, sige, just to before I recap, yung what happened last time, yung first innovation challenge natin, let me describe it for everyone, Na the innovation challenge under PhilDev Labs is a 3-week competition wherein university students and innovators are invited to produce sustainable enterprise solutions. So in response to operational gaps. So when you talk about operational gaps, because yun nga, I think all of us know we might have conducted or convened or nominated, conducted our own startup weekends. We might have sent students to contests, competitions, But yun nga, what makes our innovation challenge distinct is we're focused more on partnerships with nonprofits, with companies, in order for us to solve through innovation their main challenges. And the winning concepts, what we wanted is to provide mentorship and support under the labs. And we are actually using the human-centered design framework in facilitating this competition. So we want, in as much as we want this to be just a competition, of course, since this is a learning activity as well for the students and for the innovators, we designed it in such a way that it's also a learning journey. So in fact, this particular challenge, no, it's the first time we're doing it. It's the second time we're doing this. So the first time was just a couple of months ago, wherein we did it with Messy Bessie, the social enterprise. So what we did there was we completed a 4-week program wherein the students were able to develop innovations for education, accessibility for out-of-school youth specifically. So medyo mabilis yung transition na just after a month, we already have another partner who's willing to do this with us. So yon. So hence we're here right now, no? So now our partner is again the Financial Inclusion Lab, and the goal is to discover and develop people-centered innovative ideas that can make financial resources inclusive and accessible to everyone. So from education, we're now shifting to financial innovations, no? So of course, we already know what FIL is. So Sir Elmer already spoke last time that they are, of course, they're a platform. Basically, they are an organization that helps incubators and even startups to develop solutions, no, for improved governance, for improved development in the communities around the country through innovation. So we partnered with them, no, on this. And then why financial inclusion matters? I mean, last time we were talking about education. Definitely, it was the season wherein, okay, everyone is going virtual. What will make it inclusive? So that's the main predicament that we have. But right now, why financial inclusion matters? Because first, financial inclusion protects the vulnerable. So right now in the pandemic, no, more and more people are in need of assistance. In fact, what we label as a stipend, or in Filipino, no, the ayuda. So yung ayuda from the SWD and from the local governments were given through GCash. And of course, we know for a fact that not a lot of people have access to mobile devices. What more, no, these platforms. So yon, no, yun yung concern right now. So we hope that through these innovations, no, we can include them in the process. Next is financial inclusion enhances economic empowerment, because it's not just financial accessibility and financial management for a specific sector, but of course for businesses to grow. I mean, talking about the sari-sari store, or for if we're talking about conducting accounting, majority mano-mano, 'di ba? The mano-mano system of really placing it in record books, 'di ba? And every purchase that people will have will be accounted for through their own system. Pero what if, no, we use digital platforms, no, so to help them manage their respective livelihoods. And of course, it's not just that, no. We're talking about planning for the future, as it's as stated here, no, and of course addressing emergencies, especially when there's a need for a local cooperative to have emergency funds for their respective local enterprises. So that's one and another entry point. Then another one is financial inclusion fuels innovation, creativity, and market growth and sustainability. So access to capital and other financial resources can support businesses not only in sustaining themselves, but to explore creative and innovative ways to do business. So here, no, we can say na a lot of enterprises right now, especially in this pandemic, they have no access to e-commerce platforms. Well, no, slowly, no, we're getting there, no, thanks to our current set of developers, no, who are creating platforms for these community enterprises. But the main problem is, okay, are they accepting digital cash? Are they open to make these transactions, no, to convert these manual transactions to, to something, to a digital platform? Or are they open to, or do they have a bank account in the first place when they're running a business? So the potential for more local enterprises to be included, no, to have a market engagement nowadays requires a lot of innovation, especially in this pandemic that we're not promoting cash transactions. Okay, and then lastly, financial inclusion enhances ease of governance. So with the underserved connected to the formal financial system, governments can easily distribute welfare services. So nabanggit ko na, no, the ayuda. improve transparency, and track effectiveness of policies. Siguro another thing is we're talking about insurances, we're talking about these other services that yun nga, the goal is for more people to have these, no? So I remember when I was paneling for the 10 accomplished youth organizations, no, just to share, no, there's this one project that provides insurances to farmers, specifically in Central Luzon. And I find it fascinating because these insurances come in the form of not really in paper, no, but more on, of course, digital, digitally rendered, no? So naka-PDF siya actually. Tapos come to think of it, farmers, no, receiving such, no, insurances na if we can have that technology to make them have access to these services, no, what more, how there are more opportunities that they can have these services with them. I mean, not just insurances, but also financial management, etc. So a lot of potential. So that's why we decided, no, actually, that's why we decided to have this challenge, no, because it's relevant, especially now. And when we're talking about the situation in the Philippines, no, the Philippines is actively pursuing the propagation of financial inclusion amongst its citizens, supported by BSP's progressive policies for financial inclusion. So ever since actually more than 4 years ago, no, I remember when BSP was launching in PICC their thrust, no, in focusing on financial inclusion. It's been one of their parang long-standing policy recommendations, no, or they're already setting it up rather. Okay, na that there will be available technology and increasing awareness and appreciation on various financial services by the people. Because when you talk about financial inclusion, it's not just inclusion in terms of technological capacity, but also the capacity for people to know why is it important for them. And the country apparently is one of the pioneers in Asia to provide mobile financial services to the unbanked. So we're talking about, of course, no, the pioneers of that is Muhammad Yunus through the Grameen Foundation. But of course, no, right now there's this new iteration to that, which is of course the e-money services. I mean, before we have all these bank accounts set up for cooperatives. Right now, the trend is let's make it digital. Of course, we have smart money, GCash, and the like. Then, although improving, only 29% of the population has formal accounts. Even fewer are accessing other services such as insurance, investments, and credits. So, then gaps in account ownership and use of financial services are driven by income factors more than locality and geography. So, there's still a lot of factors, no, that come in. So, in a way, the entry point is there's a need for personal financial management, and at the same time, no, for livelihoods to be included, to have this to have this perspective of how can they harness digital financial technology there. So we're talking about in the Philippine setting. So the challenge right now, I mean, given all these rational, no, and all these facts, no, the challenge, given the pressing need, no, for this, no, in various parts of the Philippines, the challenge right now is how might we make financial services and resources accessible to the underserved sectors and groups in our communities. So this particular question is the one that we're actually solving now. We're inviting you as universities, no, to encourage your incubatees, your students to solve this question with us. And the pressing need right now, apparently, according, of course, to Dr. Elmer, no, who's in touch as well with Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and in touch with the Galing Po Foundation and local governments, there's a pressing need for these technologies to be mainstreamed in our society. No, there might be present solutions, yes, but we have yet to really see, no, the inclusive solutions for them, no, these problems. There. So the recommendation for the innovation features that will be generated in this challenge is number one, people-centered, meaning it should address a particular pain point of an unidentified underserved group sector in the community. So before, in the Messy Bessie Challenge, no, we're very specific. Na it's all about the out-of-school youth. It's all about um, education access. Right now, it's an open question, no? I mean, looking back, no, it's about financial accessibility. Okay, for a sector. So we're technically giving a liberty, no, to our participants to select a community, number one, that they will be engaging in the process of developing their innovation. At the same time, in terms of what they will be focusing on in terms of their innovation. And speaking of the focus, we recommend these four components. So the first one is access, ability to use available financial products and services from formal institutions. Um, Talking about, of course, we know GCash, PayMaya, all these, no? So how can they be more inclusive? Quality, relevance to the lifestyle needs of the consumers, who each may have different attitudes, opinions, level of knowledge, and understanding. So how do we contextualize the current system of informing them of financially about informing them about the necessity of these services while providing them avenues, to access them. Okay, so the quality, no? So how can it be relevant? Then usage, regularity, frequency, and duration of use of a financial services or product. So very important, no? So if we're talking about sustainability in the business perspective, how do we make them? How do we how can we be certain that they will have a constant interfacing with such a technology? Then impact or welfare, change in the lives of consumers that can be attributed to the usage of financial products and services. So of course, impact is very important um, in the process. No? So maybe these four components can be something no we can communicate in our with our students, no, future participants. Then of course, user friendliness. This is a must, no, for us engineers, innovators, no. This is always a must. The UX. Okay, so given the challenge, no, what are the requirements to join? So it's going to be okay. Let me check my chat. Okay, ayan. All right. So requirements to join, of course, group of 3 to 5 members. So we're opening this to all universities in the Philippines. We're opening this as well to youth organizations. But of course, no, we're again, no, in the same way as we did last time, no, we are really encouraging our Tech Hub partners to be the first to nominate your groups to this competition. There. Then, of course, interested to start a startup. So we're very intentional here, no, na the output will be a business model. Last time, it's really about innovation, right? Last time in Messy Bessie, no, it's all about we're focused more on the innovation. But today, in this edition of the challenge, no, we really want a business model. Okay, a social enterprise or a technology based, no, enterprise. Then reliable access to Wi-Fi and a computer for online communication, because all our activities in the duration of the challenge will be virtual. Okay, so there. And yes, just like the last time, these 3 indicators are what we will consider in the judging: scalability, innovativeness, and relevance. Relevance, again, very important that the community they will choose, no, to consider in the technology, be it women's groups, talking about farming groups. Let's say we can talk about young professionals, no, who are not yet aware of the financial services that can be made available to them, no. So it really depends on the sector they will choose, no. So that's how we will rate the relevance part, and the innovativeness, scalability, business model. Okay, then prices, no. So we're still mobilizing. Okay, so the catch for the students is they will be able to innovate this. Okay, this to pilot their respective ideas, no, in their respective local communities. Yan. So the outcome, similar to last time, networks, enhanced skills, and industry knowledge. So let's look at it not just in the perspective let's not treat this challenge, no, not just as a competition, but also as a learning opportunity for our students. So we're welcoming students given various competencies to enter, and we hope that it will add more value to their present pursuit of a degree or right now they might be engineering students, so we hope that this can add on. So this will not be a distraction, quote unquote, no, in their studies presently. Okay. Then, yes, similar again to last time, the innovations may be adopted by local governments, we hope, but we're not required, no? So we're talking about more on the sector that they'll be focusing on as a market to their innovations, no? So siguro just to give a perspective, no, their innovation should have this component wherein how can they generate, let's say, income, revenue, no? So the revenue may come from, it depends, no? It may come from companies, may come from the people themselves who will be using the platform. So that's what they have to present to us in the challenge. And then, just to give you an idea, no, the challenge will have several events in the middle. So, pre-launch. So from now that we're discussing this to you, no, until next Friday, we are having these events to bring more hype or to encourage more the students to participate in the challenge, so that they will be aware, no, of why is this topic, no, very important for them to innovate on, diba? So next Monday and next Wednesday, we've organized these very short live events in partnership with the Development Academy of the Philippines and of course with the Financial Inclusion Lab, no, to raise curiosity through these discussions, no. So the first one will be, of course, the one of which, no, is this, no. We're going to be talking about data-driven innovation in solving social issues, no. So why is this very important? And then once we, of course, no, culminate with our application period, no, which will hopefully end next Friday. Hopefully we don't have to extend any longer. Okay, we would have gotten a sufficient amount of participants. We will be conducting, no, these sessions. So namely, well, we will introduce financial inclusion. We will talk about stakeholder experiences in terms of how can their innovation be more inclusive, how will it be applied to, let's say, problems with accessibility to insurance, let's say. So we're going to be laying down, no, these ideas so that there will be a lot of inspiration that will come, that the students will be receiving in thinking about their ideas. Then, of course, we have this field of conversations with our some of our trustees, with some of the experts, to talk about how to set up a business plan and, of course, the perfect pitch. And I think as incubators, we're aware of how this is done. So that's the process, no? So we also have mentors that will facilitate the design thinking process and facilitators, similar to last time. Because the way we approach the 3-week duration activity, no? So just to give you an idea, no, na from now until next Friday, it's all about applications. But from next Monday until 3 weeks after that, so I'll show the calendar later, don't worry. We will be facilitating these sessions patterned after the design thinking process. There. So dun papasok lahat ng all these mentors, all these facilitators. So sige, no, let me present. Ay, wala pala yung bigger picture. Sige. just to provide a rough idea, no, so we divided the challenge into 3 segments. We have the empathize, we have the define, and we also have the ideate. So each week there's a new theme. Um, there's a focus process that they have to, to participate in, so that they will be generating or pitching, no, the best possible idea, no, in the third week. So marami silang attend na talks, at the same time workshops, no, na hopefully it will not really disrupt them of their academic requirements, no. So we're really very mindful of that. And speaking about the schedule, okay, so today actually, no, on Facebook meron na kaming poster na nilagay. At the same time, meron na rin kaming link na sinet for the application. Okay, so meron na rin kaming form. Okay? Tapos next week, no, Monday and Wednesday, meron din kaming pocket events we're organizing, so that you and your students, no, can attend that. Okay? To encourage them to apply in the challenge. Then 23 will open and then will end on December 11. So bago mag-Christmas, no, they will not just be giving physical gifts in Christmas, no, they'll be giving a gift to society. Yan. Through the innovation that they'll be pitching there. So in lieu of the startup week, no, we're hoping that the week will not just be a week wherein they'll learn about startups, but it will be a week when they'll think about starting one. Okay. So yung aming website will be this, no? Website for registration sa all students, no? So actually hindi lang students ang ini-encourage namin, no, to apply, but also the alumni of the universities, no? So this is open to everyone. Nagkataon lang last time na majority of or almost all of the applicants are from the universities, no? So syempre right now we're encouraging even the young professionals, no, to also join. Yan. So siguro as I end my discussion, no, I just want to so the reason why we're meeting everyone, no, other than this, it's because we want to encourage you to set up again road shows. Kasi I think, no, siguro after this, no, we might be posting in our social media to invite our students to participate, but we wanted to level it up further. So if you have, let's say, a schedule slot na available, yung students natin from our respective universities, no, we're open to have a 1 hour discussion with them. Yan. So let's say last time, no, TIP, DLSU, nagkaroon ng roadshow, parang 1 hour session, no. So we're willing as well to do that again with you, no, next week as we are actively promoting this challenge. Yan. Kasi ang goal natin by next Friday, by 12 midnight, next Friday, no, we'll have at least, okay, ito yung challenge natin, at least 30 entries. Okay? So last time, naka-24 tayo, no, na registrants. Ngayon, 30. Yan, kahit 30 who will be submitting their group their applications, no. So yun. So sige, Sam. So yun lang. So before we proceed pala dun sa ayan. Yan, please advance the slide. Ayun. Sige, we will be yan. So actually tapos na yun, no. Yun yung slideshow, no. Pero siguro Sam, can you actually share, no, yung application, yung where they can book the roadshow?
Sige po. Let me open it lang, Kevin.
Sige. Let me stop share. Yeah. So that's it, no? Sige, while Sam is opening, ayun. Okay. Yan. So while Sam is opening, no, if you have any questions, feel free to chime in. You can open your mic or you can chat regarding the details of the program. So do you have any questions?
Hi, Kevin. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, Gian here from FE Innovation Center.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, yeah. Question lang regarding the roadshow. What would be like the expectation from, for example, from us in terms of organizing that roadshow?
Yes. So actually, more on it's a Zoom meeting. So open to all students to actually the for the past roadshows, no, what we just did, no, is to just explain the challenge. Pero if you can actually have a speaker na pwedeng mag-share na briefly, no, about just to inspire. Actually, meron kaming inorganize na pre-program activities, no, but in the roadshow, if there's let's say if there's someone, no, who can share, no, their innovations, their experience about financial inclusion, no, so that would be good. Kasi ano lang, let's say 1 hour open to all students under the innovation network, the incubation network, no. So ano lang, let's say 20 minutes or let's say 30 minutes, no. Ay, ano pala, 20 minutes we talk about the challenge, then another 20 minutes for an inspiring, encouraging talk, no, from a speaker. Then for the last 20 minutes, it's open forum. Yan, just to just to clarify anything related to the registration.
Question: the inspirational speaker will be coming from our end, for example. So
Yes.
it's not going to be provided by them. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
Okay, so Sam just posted a link in the chat. So actually ano yan if you plan, no, so we're encouraging now either kung kaya nyo ng Friday, pero that's too immediate. Okay, pero kung next week, early next week, yan, sinishare na ni Sam. Sige, Sam.
Sorry, what can you see sa screen? Nakikita niyo yung ano? Yan.
There you go.
Ayan. So, this one po is our sign-up sheet for the road shows. So, we would like to ask you if you're going to set up a road show, kindly write down your university here and your university tech hub and your contact person so we can schedule and finalize po yung activities for the roadshow. And I will be the one who will be communicating and coordinating with you regarding the roadshow. So the link that I have posted, you can access this one.
Okay. By the way, to introduce, no, the secretariat, no, from PhilDev, of course, other than myself, Sam, Samantha, Chico, and Ariana from PhilDev, no, they will be coordinating with. Of course, they will not just take the lead, no, in coordinating with the participants, but also in the overall preparation for the program. And hi, Sam, and Ariana is also here. There.
Opo.
Yan. So there. So yun, no. So I think so first, no, please do identify, no, what's your available 1 hour early next week. So we encourage na Monday to Wednesday para there's enough time for them to think if they will register. Even in the Friday deadline, no, baka 11 p.m. ng Friday, maisip nila mag-register kami. Yan. So para more time to think, no. So Monday to Wednesday, please do siguro reserve an hour to invite all your parang nandun yung all your students, even your alumni, no, to be informed of this challenge. So that's one. And second is you can also invite them in our um, Facebook live event pertaining to yun nga yung kanina no yung partnership with Development Academy of the Philippines to talk about why is there a need for data-driven innovations for financial inclusion. Yan. So yun lang. So first, roadshow schedule. Second, invite them for the live events. Then third is perhaps you can already share in your respective Facebook accounts. Okay, the invitation. No? So kaka-post lang kanina no? Yung aming poster. So feel free. No? Or perhaps no, Sam, you can also send them no, the necessary documents and links that will be helpful for them to share the word to not just their students but to their partners as well.
Sige po. I will ask your contact details from Sasa so I can send you the documents and also the posters for the event.
Yes. And by the way, si Sasa pala, no, she will be also closely involved in in this innovation challenge, no, because definitely our partner, no, Financial Inclusion Lab, will be eventually, no, work closely with the incubators, no, because Financial Inclusion Lab, no, they also have their what do you call this, no, well, actually, no, help. They will be helping out, no, in refining the ideas, no, of the students. I mean, refining the business ideas that our participants will have, no. So, intentionally, we'll be working closely with the tech hubs. So, yeah, we will still conceptualize that further, no. But for now, of course, let's focus on getting more participants on board in the challenge.
Sige po. To answer po yung question ni Sir Federico, yes, you may invite po your network schools to join the Innovation Challenge. Sabi nga po namin, the more the merrier.
Yes. Maka 30 teams. let's target, no. So dagdag lang ng 6 from the last time. Yeah.
Hi sir, can I ask a question?
Yes po.
Kasi late akong pumasok. So meron bang parang yung sa Innovation Challenge, meron bang parang theme? Pwede ba siya for agriculture, for environment, for education? Wala ho bang parang limit?
That's a great question. Actually, we are not setting a limit. When you talk about financial inclusion, there's a lot of applications. So in terms of sector and social theme, I mean, we're talking about, let's say, agriculture. So we're open. Walang limit. Ayan. So we've decided not to really focus too much on, let's say, agriculture or on education. So as long as the challenge is, the challenge rather, the innovation pertains to financial inclusion, no, we're open to all categories. So what's really important is it is centered on the sectoral need, meaning malaki there's a huge part of in the judging, no, na it should be relevant, no, to the target clientele. So we can say na it's for agriculture, but it's really not contextualized to the present needs of the farmers, no, or the possible users. So yun yung mas malaki ang consideration namin with the usability of the product. There.
Are there other questions or clarifications?
You will send po ba sa amin the deadline, and do you have parang format for this one? Or yun na po, itong link na to?
Sige po, Miss Corazon, Miss Cora, Maria Corazon, sorry. We will send po yung mga important details. For the link, this one is for the roadshow para po ma-schedule natin. But other challenge details, including the posters and siguro po pati uh, parang suggested template for the roadshows, I can send you po later. Any more questions po?
Okay.
Ayan. Hi, good morning. Just for clarification, can the team be a mix of students and young professionals? Yes. Opo. Okay lang po.
Yes. So, ano yan technically, last challenge, no, it became somewhat a student competition because majority, are really, actually majority last time in the challenge, no, freshman students.
Mm-mm.
Kaya we're really, parang we're really happy na, wow, I mean,
Yeah, pero, yeah,
pero, yeah, sure, Sam.
Sige. Just to add, aside from the freshman students and the university students, actually, Kevin, some of our top 5 are already working.
Meron na.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So para mga fresh grad, and they decided to like help with the team. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Ayan. Other questions po? Sige po, if you have other questions, I will post here sa chat box yung email address and my email address. And then you can send me po additional inquiries if you have one. Yeah. So my email address is simply samantha@phildev.org. Okay, so if there are no other questions, I think, Kev, we can conclude the meeting already, and we'll just send the additional information.
Yes. So yeah. So thank you very much, no, and we look forward, no, to let's see this challenge, no, as one of the siguro starting points. Now the output of this challenge, no, definitely will contribute to all the other activities that we will be having in PhilDev, no, because we recognize, of course, no, this month until actually next year. So we have a lot of workshops in store, no, from visiting professors, incubator management. So SASA, of course, is on top of all of these, no. So yon. So we look forward, no, to working with you more on these ideas. Yan. So sige, again, thank you very much for the opportunity, no, to work with you again. And yes, have a great rest of the day. Yon. So looking forward to the road shows.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.